Hey everyone, AstroNerdBoy here. And even though Star Wars is not a very popular subject these days, there is some news that I thought was kind of interesting. Disney reportedly told Star Wars boss, Kathleen Kennedy, to stop announcing projects prematurely. Following a request from Disney, Lucasfilm president Kathleen Kennedy will no longer announce new Star Wars films and creative teams prematurely. No. Instead, what she'll do is like this from Deadline. Secret Star Wars film from whoever, and Lucasfilm sets Miss Marvel's, sorry, I can't pronounce her name, as director. I apologize. I don't even want to butcher their names. I need to listen to how they're pronounced before I go with that. But, yeah, so this is all gets leaked out to the press because this is obviously something Kathleen Kennedy wants to see happen, not necessarily what will happen. But let's see what else this article said. Lucasfilm will no longer announce Star Wars projects years prematurely. According to Puck, Lucasfilm president Kathleen Kennedy has been advised by Disney to stop announcing new projects years in advance of their release date. The reports comes after a tumultuous few years for the Star Wars franchise that saw several film projects and creative partnerships fall apart initially after being hyped up by Lucasfilm and Kennedy. Notable projects include Patty Jenkins' Rogue Squadron, which, I'll admit, I was kind of, I was interested to see what she would do with that. It may have sucked, but it may have been great. You never know. And in the planned trilogy of films that were going to be written by and produced by Game of Thrones creator David Benioff and D.B. Weiss. Well, I probably butchered their names too. Lucasfilm originally announced Rogue Squadron during Disney Investor Day 2020, with Jenkins set to direct and a release date planned for December 22 of 2023. However, after 2 years in development, the film was removed from Disney's release schedule in September 22, with the project now considered to be on the back burner. I've actually heard it's like completely dead, but we'll see. Benioff and D.B. Weiss's trilogy was first reported in February 2018 after stepping away from the project in October 2019 due to previous commitments with Netflix. The project was shelved. And the translation for that is that the last season of Game of Thrones was such trash that, Lucasfilm probably is like, yeah, man, you guys are tainted goods. I think this whole Netflix commitment stuff is just cover, because you don't make a big deal going, I'm going to do a Star Wars film, but as soon as we get this last season of Game of Thrones out, and we're gonna just we're just gonna slap some stuff together, and who gives a crap? Yeah, no, that was their project got canceled because they trashed the last season of Game of Thrones, and you're just not going to go forward with that kind of negative activity. Now, this is a laugh. Rian Johnson's Star Wars trilogy is still happening. Yeah, right. The Puck report also mentioned Rian Johnson's proposed Star Wars trilogy as a project that has failed to materialize in the years since it was first announced. However, Johnson has recently confirmed that his trilogy is still happening, and scheduling is currently keeping them in development hell. Yeah, right. It's entirely a matter of scheduling. You know what? When there's a will, there's a way. If you really want to do something, you can make it happen. It ain't the scheduling nonsense. Nah. Johnson directed the rubbish 2017 Star Wars Last Jedi, previously offered an update on his trilogy, saying, "It would break my heart if I were finished. If I couldn't get back in that sandbox and crap in it some more at some point." Editorial comment by yours truly. Kennedy has also stated that the deal Johnson made with Netflix for multiple Knives Out movies is one of the reasons why his Star Wars trilogy has been delayed. Okay, then why did he sign this? Why was there a whole big deal made years ago? Why? About his trilogy. The reason is he was going to do it. There's such negative fan reaction to The Last Jedi, outside of some, if you liked it, fine, I think most of the people that shill for it are not really fans of it at all. They're just doing it to, spite old school Star Wars fans like myself. In addition to the aforementioned projects, 3 more Star Wars films are in various stages of development from Lucasfilm. What? Oh, Thor: Love and Thunder director Taika Waititi, I probably butchered his name, is still working on a script for his standalone Star Wars feature with Christy Wilson. I can't pronounce that. Cairns. This is why I don't like names. I can't never pronounce them. Well, Kevin Feige, Marvel Studios president, is in early stages of his own Star Wars film. And it was recently announced that, this is the one that they were talking about that got leaked that we just showed you just a minute ago. Yeah. So, but here's the deal. Taika Waititi, I think Thor: Love and Thunder as a movie, I still haven't seen it. I need to. I've seen bits and pieces, and it doesn't look that interesting to me. It's not like the previous film Taika Waititi did, which I actually liked. But Thor Ragnarok I thought was really good. But this Love and Thunder, it's just him doing his stuff and making no sense of the Marvel Universe. So, it's like I'm not interested in him getting into Star Wars. Kevin Feige, Phase 4 of Marvel, the MCU has been trash for the most part, except maybe Spider-Man. And, that's about it as far as I'm concerned. So my confidence in him is like 0, and I don't know really anything about these other 2. I think she did the Ms. Marvel, but I had no interest in watching that either. But yeah, I just I don't think this is going to stop Kathleen Kennedy. I know that some of the fandom that really didn't like her, honestly, I think they're talking about how she was going to go away is probably what ended up ultimately keeping her in the position that she does not deserve to be in, to be honest. Star Wars has been kind of rubbish. I should watch Andor, but I just have had no interest in Star Wars stuff of late much. I mean, I know I've done a couple videos because I do have a slight interest in Mando Season 3 and Ahsoka series, but a lot of the other stuff I just haven't been interested in. And I hear that Andor is slow but competent, if that makes sense. So I'll have to give it a watch at some point in time. I just don't know when I can fit into my busy schedule. But what do you think about Kathleen Kennedy being muzzled? I don't think it'll work. But anyway, like, subscribe, all that stuff. Leave comments down below. We'll see you in the next video.